The Legend of Zelda franchise will go down in history for a number of reasons. The series boasts incredible adventures, memorable characters, beautiful soundtracks, and an allergy to timeline continuity. With as much effort and energy as Zelda fans have put into making sense of the Zelda timeline over the years, we could have our own Triforce. Or at the very least, some sort of substation. Hey! Thankfully, Nintendo isn't without compassion and does produce some direct sequels in the Zelda franchise. There's probably more than you think, but none stand out more to me than Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Now, I was busy being a fetus when Zeldas 1 and 2 came out, but when Ocarina of Time released, I was a child with boundless energy and a need to channel it into something productive. Instead of getting sidetracked with things like school or relationships, I keyed in on Zelda as that conduit. It's convenient, too, that my first exposure to the franchise was followed by Majora's Mask. I had already committed loving Zelda as part of my personality, and now the same Link I had adventured with throughout Hyrule was coming back for another adventure in Termina. The mental and emotional baggage I was soon saddled with was just enough for my prepubescent mind to really latch onto the whole thing. So what does this have to do with Tears of the Kingdom? Well, much like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom share not only the same iteration of Link, but the same game engine and many of the exact same assets as the predecessor. It's a new game, so obviously the stories will be different, but with all of these physical similarities, we can also consider another difference. Remember how I mentioned emotional baggage from Majora's Mask? Yeah. Majora's Mask was my first real exposure to the reality and inevitability of death. Getting to see how all of these different characters learn of, process, and ultimately cope with their impending doom was a really dark subject and a hard shift from the relatively cliché plotline of go adventure, go save a princess, go kill the bad in Ocarina of Time. It's with this in mind that I theorize Tears of the Kingdom will be the Majora's Mask to Breath of the Wild's Ocarina of Time. The name implies it, unless the kingdom is tearing up for unconventional reasons, but more than that, the story demands it. In Breath of the Wild, the story ends with Zelda and Link sealing away Calamity Ganon, so the fact that Ganon returns tells me that things are going to get sticky. Quickly. Here we see the hand that is Link and Zelda, failing to seal the soda that is Ganon. Sticky Ganon everywhere. The point is, the dude is clearly back with a bang, and what that means for the world of Hyrule and its inhabitants is more impending doom. I don't foresee any moons coming into the equation, but I'm certain that Tears of the Kingdom will bring the darkness like Majora's Mask did some 2.5 decades ago. What do you think? What are your last-minute Tears of the Kingdom theories? I've got one more I'm real confident in. Tears of the Kingdom, much like every other Zelda game, will be an absolute joy to play. I'll be streaming every second of a complete playthrough of it starting Friday morning. I'm extremely excited, and I hope I see you there. I'm LP, I play Nintendo games, and I talk a lot. And if you're into that, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.